Welcome to In Our Neighborhoods. As we start the new year, we have an exciting show for you. Margie Brewster reports on the holiday mail for heroes. Georgia Lash speaks with Andy Horner and Bonnie DeSimone in a segment we are calling Social Chairs 101. But first, it's Christmas time in the village of Willowbrook. Let's take a look and see how they celebrate.
It's holiday time and Sun City celebrations are going on in our neighborhoods. I'm here in Willowbrook Village where they take to the streets for their celebration. Let's find out what that means. I'm here with Susan Cruz. Susan, you're the Social Committee co-chair for Willowbrook Village. And in full disclosure, I'm the co-chair as well. But Susan, tell us about this street party that we're going to see tonight.
Okay. Well, Willowbrook Village is fairly good sized. It's about 188 rooftops, and it's actually comprised of 4 streets. After caroling here on Sunbeam, we each go to our streets, and most of the time in the Eyebrow, and we have a welcome to the Christmas season, light up the night party. Everyone brings a dish to share. The lights get turned on in the neighborhood or on the street. It gives us the opportunity to meet with our friends and neighbors and just find out how they're doing. A lot of the time, the people will jump on golf carts or take a walk through the village to look at all the decorations and lights and just to say hi to their neighbors on all 4 of those streets.
Sounds good. And again, are there any other special events that are pretty typical to Willowbrook?
Willowbrook does a big meet and greet in February. It sort of kicks off the year for us. It gives us the opportunity again to meet with our friends and neighbors, to discuss some of the planned activities we have for the coming year, as well as introduce and meet those new neighbors that have moved in the previous year. We've done everything from pool parties, no Labor Day picnics, women's breakfast, men's lunches, and maybe next year we'll look at doing the paddle wheeler with fireworks, may do geocaching, a scavenger hunt. The social committee and our rep, who is fantastic, we really like to change things up and keep things interesting for the people. In fact, our rep started a bocce league this previous year. We had 2 time slots to fill, which was quite a few people, and starting in January, we're going to have 3 time slots. So this village is very active, and we all have a great time together.
I'm here with Roy Powers, who is Willowbrook representative and takes such good care of us. Susan Cruz just got done singing your praises.
Oh my goodness.
About all you do for us. So, Roy, I know the biggest thing that I hear you say in our neighborhood is getting everybody involved. What's your secret for doing that? Even on rainy nights or threats of rain, people come out and do everything you want us to do.
Well, I don't think it's that, Georgia. I think it's just the people do want to contribute, and all they need is a little push sometimes. And it really is great to see all these people, and we know how many couldn't make it tonight because of the rain out yesterday. All right, or else we really would have had a terrific turnout.
Well, that's great. Now, if you had a Christmas wish or a New Year's resolution that you could make for Willowbrook Village, what would it be?
Well, I think it's just good health for everyone, and that everybody who is here this year will be here next year. And I think that goes for all of Sun City rather than just Willowbrook.
Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.
I'm here with Santo Tantido, and he brings every holiday season to us the beauty of music, where he gathers us together, has us sing some Christmas carols. Now, Santo, the group that you bring to us here on Sunbeam Drive, Are these a formal band, or is this a group of people that you like to just get together with?
No, it isn't. It is not a formal band. These are just my friends who I play with during the year. We jam, but they come and play with me during this Christmas season.
Well, I've had the privilege of hearing you, and you sound pretty professional. So thank you. Now, how many years has this Willowbrook celebration been going on like this with your beautiful music?
I really don't remember, but quite a few years. We have been doing this. As a matter of fact, we've been doing this for 13 years, and this is the first time yesterday we got rained out.
Oh.
But unfortunately, some of the other members were not able to be here today, but we have Don and Jack, our neighbors, who are able to join us, and we'll do the best we can.
And we'll sing on our end a little bit louder.
Of course.
Now, I'm going to leave you with one last question.
Yes.
What is your favorite carol that you perform?
Oh, our favorite carol has to be one that is well known and enjoyed by just about everybody, Silent Night.
Oh, thank you. That's beautiful. And thank you for coming tonight.
Our pleasure. Thank you for being here.
Jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh.
I'm here with Harriet Bender. Now, Harriet, we just celebrated a 15-year anniversary of Willowbrook Village.
Yes, we did.
So, as a part of this holiday celebration, how long have we been doing this street party?
This is the 13th year we've had the Christmas celebration. We gather here at the Eyebrow on Sunbeam and sing carols all the way through. And for 5 years, we've had one of our neighbors who's in a small band play music for us. So it's been wonderful.
This is
Everybody
great.
gets together, and now people from all over Willowbrook come to Sunbeam.
Right.
And we turn our lights on tonight and celebrate this season.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Voices singing, let's be jolly, ring all the bells of holly, rocking around the Christmas tree and happy holidays. Everyone dancing merrily in the old fashion. One more time, rocking around the Christmas tree at the Christmas party. Everyone dancing, everybody's dancing. Everyone dancing merrily in a good old-fashioned way.
Well, I don't need to tell you who I'm here with.
Ho, ho, ho.
Santa.
Ho, ho, ho.
Oh, now you're here early in Willowbrook Village. You're not supposed to be here for another couple weeks.
I'm practicing.
Okay, you're our practice run? Okay.
Yes.
Now, I need to know, and nobody's going to see this except you and I.
Okay.
Okay. Has Willowbrook Village been naughty or nice?
Willowbrook Village has been nice. Very nice, in fact.
Okay. What makes Willowbrook Village so nice and such a great place to live?
I think they welcome newcomers. They welcome new people. They make new people feel comfortable and at ease. They're not bashful to invite you. And they share amongst needs of each other. And that's probably the best thing about it.
Sounds good. And you will be bringing the diamonds under the tree on the 20th?
Well, either diamonds or pearls, I prefer.
Okay,
You know,
all right.
we
Sounds
got,
good.
we have the oysters, so,
It's a deal.
pearls are good.
It's a deal.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm Georgia Lash, and for 2019, wishing you fun and friendship in our neighborhoods.
And now here's Margie Brewster reporting on the Edgewater Neighborhood Red Cross Cards for Heroes.
We are the land of the free because of the brave, and we are grateful. That sentiment is shared in Edgewater neighborhood and recently played out for the second year with the writing of over 400 holiday cards for our servicemen and women. In October, we gathered at the home of Ron and Bonnie Malecki to write personal messages of gratitude, encouragement, and holiday wishes. These will go to active duty service members in the U.S. and those deployed overseas. We know the hearts of over 400 men and women will be touched because of this humbling and meaningful afternoon in our Edgewater neighborhood. If your neighborhood would like to partner with the Red Cross next year to help brighten the holidays for our servicemen and women, the process is simple. Here is Karen Cook of the Red Cross with some details.
Hi, my name is Karen Cook. I'm with the American Red Cross, here to talk about our Holiday Mail for Heroes campaign. This effort is our way to connect with our military members who can't be home for the holidays. This includes our local military service members stationed throughout South Carolina. We rely on communities like Sun City Hilton Head to help us write nearly 4,000 letters and cards we deliver each year. It's easy. Just purchase holiday cards and then in September or October, grab some friends and start the letter off with Dear Service Member. We can provide sample messages for you. Once you write, stick the note in an envelope, but don't seal it. We'll take care of the rest. This is a great way to stay in contact with the local service members who serve our communities every day.
We hope other Sun City neighborhoods will consider this outreach. It's an easy and meaningful way to thank our service members. For more information, Karen can be reached at 843-480-4224, which is the number for the Bluffton Red Cross office, or by email at karen.cook3, the numeral 3, at redcross.org.
Georgia Lash checks with Bonnie DeSimone and Andy Horner on the social networking group.
Here I am in Pinckney Hall, and it looks a little bland. Yet if you've come in for your neighborhood celebrations, the transformation is made to fun and festive. Who makes that happen? Your neighborhood social committee. And today, in a segment that I'm calling Sun City Socializing 101, we'll learn everything our social committees need to do to help us have more fun. Sun City has an organization in place, the Social Network Group, which helps neighborhood social committees learn how to conduct activities. And with me today is Bonnie DeSimone and Andy Horner, who are the leaders of this group. Welcome.
Well, thank you.
Can you describe, Bonnie, some of the functions that Social Network Group performs?
Well, probably one of the most important things that we do is share information from Sun City to the neighborhoods about new policies that are in place or policies that we need to re-emphasize in terms of how many events you can have and what the procedure is and blah, blah, blah. We have speakers that come and try to educate people. But one of the most valuable things I think we do is sharing ideas. We have a period of time for every meeting set aside so that we can contribute, well, what does your neighborhood do about such and such? And how do you handle such and such? And we have maybe 40, 50, 60 people all exchanging ideas from one neighborhood to another. And that's really important.
I would agree that support is probably the largest part of our job, just being able to share activities, what works, what doesn't work, sharing resources, a DJ or some entertainment that we know of probably is very, very important to the other social chairs.
So what are the more common events that we might see almost every neighborhood conducting?
I think the most common events are the ones that are the easiest and maybe the least expensive, and they would be events within the neighborhood, such as block parties. They would be parties at the Pavilion or at Lake Somerset, parties within the rooms that we can rent out. Once you start planning activities off-site, so to speak, they become more expensive, more difficult to manage. Maybe people don't want to drive as far. So I think the most common popular events would be within our own gates, within our own neighborhoods.
Are there any unique events or maybe more elaborate events, the ones that we look at and say, ooh, wish we had thought of that, or I'm a little bit jealous that we aren't in that neighborhood?
Well, some neighborhoods are doing cruises out of the country, which is really awesome. I've had people inquire to me about how to organize a poker run. I've heard of people doing pig roasts. I can't think offhand of.
Well, shopping trips to Asheville, to Jacksonville, to Charleston to see shows.
Right.
Where a bus has to be reserved and paid for. And
The
tickets.
Savannah Bananas.
Savannah Bananas,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Andy, what was the one you mentioned that your group does on site here that kind of has started several other groups doing?
A lot of fun. We started a ladies putting group. Now we also have a men's putting group, which is a big challenge. But I think there are 9 neighborhoods that now have groups that putt. It's inexpensive. It costs nothing. You just need a putter and a ball. There's a little putting course beyond the croquet courts. And the women just meet. It takes an hour. It's just very friendly, very non-rivalry. And we just have a great time. It is very popular.
What do you think makes a neighborhood socially successful?
To make events successful, I think you have to build, I might say, a relationship within a neighborhood. We have a lot of smaller groups where women have gotten to know each other a little bit better. And we know in most cases women are the social planners. So as they feel more comfortable, if we have a large event like a Kentucky Derby party, we get a better turnout. And we see people there that we had not seen at other social events, except that they had gotten to know each other and gotten friendly and decided to come.
And I think having a lot of different types of diverse activities which would appeal, Mr. Smith might not want to attend a ladies' luncheon, but Mary Jones might want to attend a book club. And I mean, if we have a lot of different activities, we have bunco, we have book club, we have bocce, we have dine around, we have so many different activities that are ongoing every month of every year, that people tend to start coming and returning, and you see them over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
And then, as you say, they become part of the fabric of the neighborhood.
One of the things that your group does is to help social committees understand Sun City protocol. The rules, the guidelines that we do need to follow. So can you tell us what some of those are?
Well, we've got, for example, liquor responsibilities. Like, for example, if you do a BYOB, you're always safe. If you want to serve liquor or sell liquor, there are other rules that need to be complied with.
You can't,
And,
yes.
well, you can have a cash bar from the vendor,
Right.
who can
Right,
set up, because he's
right.
got his own liquor license. So if Jameson's is catering your event, and you want to contract them to do a cash bar along with the catering services, then that's fine, but you can't sell it yourself.
Right.
So you've got that restriction. You've got catering restrictions where you can only hire caterers who are on an approved catering list. Although it's easy to get on the list, anybody can get on it. Just supply a certificate of liability and you're on the list. But you can't get someone who is not on the list. Mm-hmm. Same with DJs and bus transportation people, and anything you want to use has to be approved through Lifestyles and make sure that you're complying with the rules that they've set up.
Now, I know this is currently under review, but room rentals is an issue, how many rooms we get to use, et cetera. But what are some of the current guidelines that we all follow? How many activities and who's responsible for securing the room, et cetera?
Well, each neighborhood right now is allowed to have 2 free social events a year and 6 meetings at no cost a year. Now, when you fill out the room reservation form, anybody can do that, the social chair or whoever's in charge of the event, but each form has to be signed off by either the rep or an alt rep.
But it doesn't mean you're only allowed to have 2 events.
No.
You just get 2 of them for free.
Okay, so in other words, we could
If
rent.
you want to pay to have the Riverbend Lodge for a 3rd event or a 4th event or whatever, you're free to do that. That's fine. They love to take our money for that. And we are restricted to a 4-hour event. If it's not enough time for you to set up, hold the event, and clean up within 4 hours, you can pay for additional time.
Oh, interesting. Okay,
Yes.
very good. Andy, what resources does Sun City already have in place, or the social network group have in place, to help our social committee chair people?
Lifestyles, for us, for our help, maintains a list of vendors. It includes food, entertainment, transportation, and they've all been vetted and carry the correct liability insurance. So that's the first place to turn if you need that kind of a resource. A little less known is the lending closet, where we can go and borrow items for an event that we have planned here within Sun City. And they include everything from flowers to centerpieces to tea light candles, mirrors. It takes a bit of searching to find what you might be able to use there, or if there's enough of it for your use. But it's come in handy for us a few times and saved us some money as well.
Bonnie, what advice do you give to new neighborhoods, or maybe a new social committee person, maybe the combination of both, new neighborhood, new social committee?
The best advice I can give them is to join our group and come to our meetings, because the sharing and the camaraderie is so helpful, and they have a list of every social chair and every rep from every neighborhood, and they can call and ask advice. I get emails all the time from people saying, well, what do you do about this and how do I handle that? And I'll try to help them individually, but it's so much better to bring that question to our group and have us send it out to all the members and have everybody have some input, and that's really helpful. I've had people who have taken over as social chairs who apparently are not getting training from the previous social chair. So it isn't like there's any transition from administration to administration. And they'll come to me and ask me for advice instead of getting it from somebody in their neighborhood, which I think is more helpful, because I don't know what rules they have in their neighborhood. And they need to comply with that. They have to watch out for their budgets, and they have to watch out for their hierarchy of their administration within their neighborhoods, and they have to take into account the number of people in their neighborhood and how many activities they can support. Some of the smaller neighborhoods can't do a whole lot. I know we adopted a neighborhood.
Oh.
Well, we have a villa neighborhood behind us, and they had very few full-time people, and it's a small neighborhood anyway, only 60 homes or so.
Whoa.
And they couldn't hold their own activities, and so every time we would have an activity, we would invite them to join us. Now they have developed into having their own, and they don't need us anymore. But it was fun for a couple years to have them. You know, we felt that we could share our experiences with them, and it helped bring them along.
That's a great idea. That's a great idea. How does a neighborhood that has become less active for a variety of reasons regenerate its social calendar?
Well, I think one thing is that neighborhoods tend to evolve as the demographics change and new people move in. They bring their ideas from other places where they've lived, and it helps to come up with some fresh looks at different things. And I think another thing is not repeating the same activities over and over. If you do something every year, some people will look forward to it because it's an annual event, but other people will look at it like, oh, not again. So I think coming up with fresh activities, new things, trying things you've never done before will help spark interest in some of your residents.
Very good, very good. Any parting lessons for our Sun City Socializing 101 class here?
Well, I think the most important thing for the committee is to try to keep new blood on the committee and not just have the same people every year working the same activities. So if you can always try to recruit new people, then that would help. I think from the resident point of view, if you're not happy with the kinds of neighborhood activities your neighborhood is doing, get on the committee and help out and supply some new ideas and help keep it fresh.
Thank you very much for coming in and sharing all this expertise. You hold 2 yearly meetings, correct, for social committee members, and it's just awesome to see that you want to keep the reason that we almost all moved here, having fun.
Yes. Absolutely. Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
We hope you enjoyed our show. We'll be back next month with all new segments for you. In the meantime, please share with us your neighborhood activities by contacting us via email at suncitytvhh@gmail.com. And please stay tuned to SCTV for more episodes of In Our Neighborhoods.